One of America's leading artificial intelligence companies recently sent a warning to the US government. A foreign competitor had successfully pulled off a massive digital break-in. The victim reporting the breach was Anthropic, the creators of the highly advanced Claude AI. The accused was the Chinese technology giant Alibaba. Instead of a standard police report, Anthropic detailed this shadow operation in a confidential letter sent directly to high-ranking members of the United States Senate. The intelligence was delivered to key members of the Senate Banking Committee, including Senator Elizabeth Warren and Senator Tim Scott. Anthropic claims that over just 6 weeks, attackers spun up approximately 25,000 fraudulent accounts. Those accounts then generated nearly 29 million highly specific conversations with Claude. Alibaba has completely denied this operation, and no outside party has independently verified Anthropic's claims. But the mere accusation is alarming tech executives across Silicon Valley. If true, it reveals a totally new vector of attack. No servers were breached, no code was copied. They simply asked the AI questions, making the extraction nearly impossible to prosecute under current law. How exactly do you steal the capabilities of a billion-dollar AI without ever penetrating its firewall? The technique is called model distillation. Think of the original, highly advanced AI as a master chef. We call this the teacher model. Building it takes billions of dollars and years of research. This teacher does the heavy lifting, generating perfect logic, flawless code, and highly structured data. Then comes the student model. This is a cheaper, empty algorithm that observes millions of the teacher's finished outputs. The student never sees the underlying recipe, but by analyzing enough finished plates, it learns to mimic the master chef's results. In practice, attackers automate millions of sophisticated queries to Claude, collect those answers, and feed them directly into their own low-cost algorithms as training data. Because the AI is doing exactly what it was programmed to do, answering user prompts, traditional cybersecurity defenses are blind to the theft. They detect a very active user, not an extraction in progress. Anthropic uses rigid spam filters and identity verification checks. So how does an operation successfully spin up 25,000 accounts? The answer lies in a highly organized evasion layer operating out of China. Operators bypass geo-blocking using commercial proxy services and VPNs, and even outsource identity verification to workers in low-income countries to pass live facial recognition checks. This infrastructure fuels a massive gray market token economy. Brokers pool these verified accounts together and sell access to Claude at up to a 90% discount to everyday users in restricted regions.
But there is a catch to that heavily discounted access. These resellers secretly log every single conversation, reasoning chain, and output generated by their subsidized users. Those massive logs of perfect AI logic are then bundled and sold directly to rival AI laboratories to serve as training data. This creates a brutal double bind for the victim. Anthropic is actively hemorrhaging expensive server compute to process these subsidized accounts, while unknowingly generating the exact data pipeline used to build its cheapest competitors. This invisible data pipeline is exactly why Anthropic escalated the issue to the Senate floor. The financial motives are enormous. According to a confidential S1 draft filed with the SEC, Anthropic recently surpassed a $47 billion annualized revenue run rate. They have proven they can turn frontier AI research into a highly successful enterprise business. This chart compares the massive financial asymmetry at play.
On the left, a tiny sliver represents the $6 million cost to train a distilled model. On the right, a towering bar represents Anthropic's ultimate prize, a 2026 public listing with a valuation approaching $1 trillion. To be fair, critics argue that distillation is a loser's game. By relying on a teacher model, the copier traps themselves one generation behind the true innovator. However, even if the copiers lag slightly behind, the ability to clone billions of dollars of American research and development for pennies erodes the innovator's competitive moat. Without that moat, the profit margins required to sustain a trillion-dollar tech valuation disappear. The highest levels of the US government are now treating this corporate dispute as a national security issue. The White House Office of Science and Technology Policy released a memo officially accusing China of running industrial-scale distillation campaigns against American models. For years, the United States focused heavily on banning the export of advanced computer chips to foreign adversaries. But controlling the physical hardware means very little if the software's intelligence can simply be scraped over the internet. Lawmakers now face an open question. Must the federal government step in to formally sanction and criminalize model distillation, or is this simply the unregulated reality of the modern technology sector? The global AI arms race has entered a phase where building the smartest model is only half the battle. The final outcome rests with the lawyers and lawmakers who must now decide how to protect billion-dollar research that currently lacks a defined legal border. Do you think governments should step in to criminalize distillation? Let us know in the comments below.